This is a Jupyter notebook with text, equations, bullet points, images, videos, and other types of Markdown content. I'm going to demonstrate how you can quickly and easily create this kind of content using Markdown cells. As you'll see as well in this tutorial, there's one specific type of content that doesn't render particularly well in a Markdown cell. I'm also going to show you how you can fix that problem. Content like this can be added using Markdown cells. You can change the cell type to Markdown by using the cell menu. We'll take a closer look now at 8 specific types of content you can add using Markdown. For the purpose of this tutorial, I've switched on dark mode, but you can of course use notebooks in light mode if you wish. I've left a link in the description below for a copy of this notebook so you can follow along. To add a heading to your notebook, place a hash sign before your text and leave a space. The more hash signs you add, the more heading levels you can access. You can access up to 6 heading levels. There are 4 types of emphasis you're likely to use most often. You can make your text bold by adding 2 asterisk signs before and after your text. To add italics to your text, add an underscore before and after your text. If you want to do both, to make your text bold and to add italics, then add 3 asterisk signs before and after your text. Finally, if you want to add a strike through or cross out effect to your text, add 2 tildes before and after your text. You can use Markdown to add bullet points to your text or to create a numbered list. You can also create a nested list, a sublist, and sub-bullet points. And if you really want, you can have a list within a list within a list. If you want to add a bullet point or sub-bullet points, add a dash, asterisk sign, or plus sign before the text. As you can see in this example, you can use any sign in any combination. To add a numbered list or an ordered sublist, add any numerical value before the text. The value in the first item will indicate the starting point of the list. In this example, we're adding 1 before each item on the list, which means the list will start from 1. But the other items of the list can take any number. Let's change this now to 5 and 8. As you can see, it doesn't make any difference which numerical value you use. The important point is that the value of the first item will be your starting point. So if we change this now to 9, let's say, the list will now start from 9, even though the other numbers on the list are smaller than 9. You can also add a sublist using any combination of bullet points and numbering. There are a couple of ways you can embed code in a Markdown cell. First, you can use code tags, but as you can see, these will not highlight the syntax in your code. So the second option is to use backticks followed by the name of the programming language. This will allow you to highlight the syntax in your code. For example, in this case, the block of code is surrounded by 3 backticks on each side, and as this is Python code, we're adding the word Python after the first 3 backticks. The first way of writing an equation in Markdown is to add a $sign before and after your equation. But if you have a longer equation, you might prefer the second way, which is to add equation tags before and after your text. To write equations in Markdown, you need to use the LaTex typesetting system, but it is beyond the scope of this tutorial to go through the details of this system. If you want to explore this further, I've left a couple of links for you here in the notebook. This now takes us nicely to the next section. How do we add hyperlinks? This is the simplest way we can find. Add the name of your link in square brackets, followed by the URL in parentheses. In this example, when you click on the link, it will take you to Jupyter's documentation on Markdown. We'll show you 2 ways in which you can add images. The first is to add an image from your directory. So these will be images that are saved on your machine. In this example, you can see that I have the Jupyter logo saved as an image file in my directory, and I can just call that file using this code. I can also change the width and height of the image. If you want to show an image from the web, such as the Python logo, then just change the source to a web link. The first way to render a video in a Markdown cell is by using the video tag and the title of the video file. In this case, the video is stored on our local directory. But how do we link to a video on the web, on YouTube, for example? Here we have a couple of options. We can combine what we've learned so far about inserting images and hyperlinks, and in this case, we can add a hyperlink to a thumbnail from a YouTube video. Clicking on the thumbnail will then open up the video in a new browser. But this isn't a great solution. It doesn't actually render the video in a Markdown cell. We haven't been able to find a way to do that. The closest solution we've been able to find is to use an iframe to embed a YouTube video. But this can't happen in a Markdown cell. We need to use a code cell for this to work. So in this case, if we execute the code in this cell, we'll see a video as the output of the code, and then we can play the video inside the notebook. Now, I don't think this is a very elegant solution. So if anyone has a better way, please let us know. We've now covered the main types of content you're likely to use in your notebooks. Please drop us a comment if there's anything else you would like us to cover in future videos. If you found this video beneficial, please consider supporting our channel. Details of how you can do this can be found in the description below. Thank you for watching.